So I finished going through all the CDs, about 550. And this stack here are CDs that I am going to either keep or download some of the songs to my computer. Probably a good amount, maybe about half I'll keep, and the other ones I'll send in with the rest of the CDs to the record store. And this is all of the CDs that are Amazon FBA worthy. So as you can see there's 3 piles here, 3 stacks, and this big one. So it's about, I counted about 72. So 72 CDs out of 550 is about 13% that are worthy of being sent in to Amazon FBA. Now, the price point or the listing price for these CDs really varies. I went down as low as around $8 to $9, and all the way up to, there's a few that are $40 to $50. There was at least, I would say, 8 to 10 that are over $20, and the rest are clearly about $10 to $15. So the bulk of them are a little bit on the lower side, and the sales rank varies as well. I mean, I usually like to stay under 300,000 for CDs, generally speaking, unless it's going for a lot of money. And I found a few that are ranked in the 400,000s and 500,000s that were selling for over $30. You know, the lowest price, the lowest used price. And most of them had very few copies and no FBA offers. I felt good about sending those in, even if it takes a year and a half, 2 years to sell, as long as I'm, as long as I'm on the listing. I'm going to put myself on the listing to try to be the next sale on those. So hopefully I can grab those sooner than a year and a half. But even so, it would still be worth it, considering how inexpensive the CDs were, about $0.25 per CD. I think overall it's pretty good. I'm going to get some CDs for my personal use, songs for my personal use, and be able to sell about a little over 70 CDs on Amazon. So depending on what the average sale is per CD, I think it's going to probably be over $400 in profit off of those 70 plus CDs. Possibly more, depending on, once I list them. I haven't listed them yet. But I still have, 550 minus 72 is about 480. I'm keeping some. So let's say about 460, 465, about 465, 470 CDs that I'm going to be bringing to a record store that buys CDs or gives you store credit. So I'm going to see if they'll give me cash for all of them. Hopefully, 460 CDs. I don't know what their prices are, and I'm sure it varies per CD or based upon what the CD is and, whatever their parameters are. But I'm going to guess wildly, and even if it's 5 CDs for $1, that's still going to be really good. That's going to almost pay me back what I spent on the CDs, so that the rest of the sales through Amazon is going to be all profit. Hopefully I get a little bit more. We'll see. I don't know how it works. Spent the day. Now understand I have both my kids today, for most of the day. So morning and afternoon, early afternoon. So I have to, I went through all 550 CDs, and it took some time. If I had just been able to focus on it I probably could have done it within a few hours, maybe less. It's a lot of CDs, but I can look through them pretty quick. It doesn't take that much time. The thing that's going to take time is listing, because for me personally, when I do CDs, I like to make sure that they work. I don't listen clearly to the whole CD, but I listen to a few seconds of each song just to make sure that the song works, that it doesn't skip, or the CD doesn't freeze or anything like that, because I've had that happen at least more than a few times. I've sent in a few hundred CDs. So it does happen, out of the 72, hopefully they all work. There might be a few that don't work. Hopefully they do. I'll let you know. I can send those in and make some sales. But yeah, I'm going to listen to them. There might even be some songs on the ones that I'm selling that I might want. So I always grab some songs, and then I'm going to list them, and send them in. Great thing is they take a lot less room than books. They weigh less. These CDs can still bring the kind of profits that books can bring. So I think it's a good haul. I mean, if I were to get this amount of CDs every month, I'd be glad. I mean, because let's say, same kind of scenario, I at least break even on the money I spent, so I get it back by reselling the rest of the CDs I can't do with sending on Amazon. But then if I'm making $400 or $500 off of the CDs, I mean, I'll do that any day, and I'm getting songs for personal use and CDs to put into my collection. So to me, it makes sense. I wish I could get more CDs like this, get 1,000, couple thousand a month, but I'm going to keep trying to get network or find sources or find people that get bulk CDs or bulk books as well. I think if you're only doing books now and you're not too sure about CDs, I recommend it, but understand that it can take a little more time, unless you're the person that doesn't want to listen to them and just is going to hope that they work. And basically, if they don't have any scratches, you're going to assume that they work, or they don't have any sort of surface damage on the CD. Some CDs don't look like they have any scratches, and then I had an issue with them, and then others have some surface damage, and they also had an issue, or they had surface damage and had no issue playing. I've had that more than not. So that's the thing about CDs. You just have to decide, are you going to listen to at least a few seconds of each song or a few songs, just to make sure that the CD works, or are you going to risk it? I'd rather not risk it since I'm going to do CDs, and I'm a big music person, big reader, big music person. Hence why I'm selling books and CDs. And big movie person. I love movies. Hello, VHS tapes as well. So it's no surprise why I'm doing it. Maybe you're not a big. I think everybody likes music, right? Some type of music. So for me, I like it. I love to see CDs, and I like. It's same as books for me. It's fun. I've always listened to music, and so it's not work to me, even though some of it's tedious, clearly, but it's still overall enjoyable. So I recommend CDs if you can get, whether you just source them like I usually do, wherever you find them, or you can get a lot of CDs. I even saw a guy on a Facebook group who can get gaylords of CDs, talking about thousands of them. That would be fun, assuming that they're not all busted up. I'm going to go sourcing tomorrow, and hopefully tonight I can get through some of the CDs. It's going to take a little bit of time to, go through each one and make sure it's working and whatnot. But I should start listing them tonight, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to, very soon I'd like to sell the CDs to the record store and see what I can get. Also, it's going to be a good research, to find out what this place is willing to pay for them. There's another huge record store that's much further from where I live, probably about 40 miles or so. That's a massive record store. That's another option. I know they buy tons of CDs, but I would imagine that they pay less, or maybe more, I'm not sure. But the one I'm going to here locally is a much smaller record store, but really the only one around. And especially the only one that'll buy CDs, pay you cash. Let's keep on trying to make those connections, and, bulk buys I think can work. If you're able to pull profit amongst the duds in terms of, for Amazon FBA. Well, that's the other thing I wanted to say. I don't do merchant fulfilled, and there was probably some CDs in here that I could have done merchant fulfilled if I was willing to, hang on to them, buy a bubble mailer, and then if and when it sells, send it out, all that stuff. But I'd rather not do that, even though there might have been, 20 or 30 or more CDs that I could have done merchant fulfilled. I'd rather just go sell them to the record store, get a little bit of money, at least break even, hopefully a little bit more than break even, then deal with merchant fulfilled. I really am averse to being in the shipping business, and I don't know, it's just not something I want to do, which is probably why I don't like eBay. But anyway, so to each their own. Maybe others would do merchant fulfilled. So hopefully I can get some more bulk buys. I'm definitely going to be looking at Craigslist more often and contacting people. As always, remember, find those CDs, but keep booking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With a meow, meow.